Well, you might be having turkey on your plate for Thanksgiving, but probably not wild turkey. So here to talk about that is Sarah Schott from the Ohio Division of Wildlife. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so what can you tell us about the wild turkeys that live here in Ohio?
Sure. So we do have wild turkeys living in all 88 counties in Ohio. They're fairly common to see. They're one of our larger birds that we do have out there on the landscape.
Yeah, I've actually seen some in St. Mary's, just so you know. But have turkeys always been found in Ohio?
They have. They are a native species here in Ohio. So if we could come back to the first Thanksgiving and we could look at Ohio then, we would see wild turkeys all across the state. But we actually had a few decades of Thanksgivings where we didn't have turkeys here in Ohio. They actually were extirpated from Ohio in 1904. So Ohio, several hundred years ago, was 95% forest, which is not what it looks like today. And as people started coming here, they started clearing those forests away to create the agricultural habitat, a lot of what we have now. And that didn't bode well for our turkey population. So our turkey population really plummeted, and by 1904, we couldn't find them anymore in the state.
Okay, so we couldn't find them, but now they're back. So how did they come back to our area?
Sure. So the Division of Wildlife actually reintroduced turkeys to Ohio. We went to different states and live trapped, carefully captured different turkeys, transported them here by car, rail, and even air. And when they got to Ohio, they were immediately released. They had a predetermined primarily forested site. So the first release was done in Vinton County, which is in southeastern Ohio. And that's where we really started those relocation efforts. They began in the 1950s, and they actually continued up until the early 2000s. And basically what happened is the turkeys became very well established in southeastern Ohio, and as their populations grew, we took some individuals from those populations and put them more northward. So one of the last releases in Allen County was actually, I think, in the year 2000.
Really? Mm-hmm. So, okay, so we all know that the turkeys have come back, but why? Why did they take that extra effort to get them back here in Ohio? It wasn't just for Thanksgiving, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't for Thanksgiving. You're right. You know, over time, we really started to become a lot more conservation-minded as a people. That wasn't always the case, but as we started recognizing, hey, we're losing some really charismatic species, we really want to take better care of our environment, we started bringing some species like the wild turkey back. And that was actually largely driven by hunters. There were a lot of hunters who were hunting these turkeys, and then they disappeared, and they had no way of feeding their family, and they had these great memories. And so they wanted to bring back that species, and the funding that it cost a lot of money to, bring turkeys to Ohio by air. The funding from that actually came from hunters.
Yeah, now you just mentioned hunting and hunters. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing there is a hunting season that is meant for turkeys, just turkeys, I'm guessing, here in Ohio?
Yes, we have a variety of hunting season, but there is a specific turkey hunting season. We actually have two. So we have one in the fall. It's during the month of October, and it's not statewide. It's only select counties, and it's not as popular. But we do have a much more popular spring turkey hunting season that is in April and May. Our first turkey hunting season was in 1966. It was only in 9 counties in southern Ohio, and 12 birds were harvested then. For comparison, this past October we harvested a little over 500 birds, and then this past spring a little over 15,000 birds were harvested.
That's amazing, Sarah. I never knew so much about wild turkeys in my life, and you're a wealth of information. I appreciate you coming out today, letting us all know about the turkeys, especially since Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
Yeah, you have some new facts to share at the table.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, thanks so much.